What a lovely day!
Welcome to Flat Earth Debate Live. I'm your host Nathan Oakley, and if you are new to this channel, or you've not done so already, then be sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification icon to keep up to date with the Flat Earth Debate. If you'd like to join the community debate, then go to nathanoakley.com and check out the Flat Earth Debate forum. If you'd like to support this channel, there is a super chat that runs alongside each of these shows while they are live. There's also a PayPal, Patreon and crypto link in the info box below the video. Most importantly, if you would like to join the discussion, simply mute the page you are currently watching, then click the link in the info box below this video to join the panel and express your views on the shape of the Earth. If you do join, please don't swear. If you do, you'll be ejected, and if you are, please don't try to rejoin the stream using sock accounts. You'll be warmly welcome back on the next stream. Please also share the show on social media. Sharing the show obviously increases the live audience, but this in turn increases the chances of a more diverse panel, so please share the show. And one last time, if you're new to the channel or you've not done so already, then be sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification icon to keep up to date with the Flat Earth Debate. I've already been privy to a super chat from Colin Turner, so massive thanks to you for smashing the super chat. And we are joined by Slick James Johnson. How are you doing?
Hello, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon to you too, sir. Now, I think we have a fairly swift housekeeping as it's just you and I. Any signs of curvature, Slick?
The only curvature that I am aware of is the curve that's believed to be there, because without the belief, it kind of just poofs away like Santa Claus.
Indeed. What about axial rotation?
I could say the same story, and then that way that'll cover pretty much all the bases there too.
So no signs of axial rotation then?
Just a belief. That's if you have to believe it. If you don't believe it, then this may as well be Santa Claus rotating.
Fair enough. Any evidence of a self-perpetuating molten iron core at the centre of a presupposed spherical Earth? Hello, Flat Earth.
Hello, good morning.
Morning.
Hey, Alan, how are you?
Good.
Yeah, same story. Okay. You have to believe it.
About scientific evidence of gravity.
Good morning, guys.
Same.
Morning, chocolate.
Same story. It looks good on paper, but
evidence of the distance to the sun.
Gravity.
Was that you talking, chocolate? I'll turn you up a bit, I think.
Yeah, I said no. There's no signs of gravity. That's the story.
Distance to the sun? Any evidence of that?
I still have the same feeling about the distance to the sun. It's just my own, but for experience purposes, the sun is exactly where it needs to be. That's the only thing I can come up with.
Fair enough. Any evidence that we can have gas pressure without the necessary antecedent of a container for all those people who believe in the vacuum of the sky, otherwise known as outer space?
Well, the necessary antecedent to that question is a belief, because that's the only way you could probably have a gas pressure next to a vacuum is by believing it.
Yeah, you'd have to believe in that second law of thermodynamics violation. Hello, 10th man.
Hello.
Hello. Good to have you. I think Slick's phone buzzes every time a new guest joins. Very handy.
It's a bit of a challenge joining today.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I waited till 6 o'clock, because I live in the West Coast, and I said join. It took me to it, and it said you're on, but I can't hear anyone. So I came off, and then I went on to YouTube, and I saw you were talking to Slick, and you were the only two. And I go, wait a minute, I'll try it again. I tried it 2-3 times. Finally, I had to reboot, and then it worked.
Weird.
Something was interfering.
Very weird. Any evidence of the R value, Earth radius?
Same
None.
story.
They could prove it. They should prove it.
Didn't Mick West say it was based on the standard model assumption?
That's correct.
Mr.
Basically,
Curve calculator himself?
Yeah, it's based on the standard model. In other words, they assume R.
Man, that's a weird model that they have. How they buy into it is really strange.
Isn't that kind of like the Himawari satellite that uses the blue marble photos up until 2090 to show pictures? It's already a model.
Yes.
Hey, Brenda.
Morning.
Morning. What did you
Good
say?
morning, Brenda.
So, what lunacy are you on about today?
Haven't even started.
Oh, okay.
The moon. It's lunacy. It's the moon.
Correct. Get more people out on the lash and doing naughty things under the moonlight. Therefore, labelled as lunacy when there's a full moon. Hey, Chris.
BB was making a comment yesterday about the moon and the sun, and I was listening to it on the show, and I was trying to understand his point because everybody was on a panel, and they had their basic helio explanation, of course. But when I thought about it, I understood what he was getting at. He was saying that, I'm thinking this is what he was saying, that the moon and the sun are doing two totally different things, but they appear to be in the same orbit if you just took it on face value. And it sounded to me that that's what he was saying, but I'm not sure.
Sounds like he was assuming orbit.
The moon is orbiting the Earth.
Like Brenda's just done. That would require you to assume the Earth is a sphere.
No, it's based on our knowledge of the Earth being a sphere. So
What's
knowledge is built on knowledge. So
what's an
you can
orbit?
move from fact to fact.
What's an orbit?
What's an orbit?
Yeah,
when you
what
go
is
around
an orbit?
something. When you go around something.
Around what?
Another object.
What shape would that object be in this instance?
It could be any shape.
In this instance. Just admit you're assuming it's a bloody sphere, Brenda. Why do we have to do this dance? Hey, Paul.
We're not assuming it's a sphere.
The word orbit assumes it is falling around a sphere. Yes, it absolutely is an assumption of a sphere. You don't have to like it.
No, it doesn't.
Just know it doesn't, won't cut it, Brenda. Yes, you are assuming a sphere with stuff falling around it when you say the word orbit. You don't have to like it. Hello, Paul.
The word orbit doesn't assume anything.
Shut your mouth. This conversation's over. Just accept when you've lost. I don't want to be circle jerked for the next 20 minutes by you, Brenda. Shut up. You've assumed sphere by using orbit. Now, don't talk over me. Just shut up. You've lost. You assumed a sphere. End of story. Yes, you did. That's what orbit does. I've just explained it to you.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, I took you through the steps. You explained that it means it's going around something. You just didn't say the word sphere. Just accept you've lost. Your assumption won't fly here. Sorry.
You can orbit anything.
Oh, really? And what are we orbiting in this instance, Brenda? Just say it. Just say it. Just say it. Just say it. Admit it, dumbass. What are we orbiting in this instance? Would it be a sphere by any chance?
Yeah.
Just admit it. Admit your assumption. Just admit it. Then we can move on without me shouting at you while you circle jerk us for the next 20 minutes.
Just calm down.
Yeah, because you're annoying. Man. You've lost. Hey. Yes, you have assumed a sphere by using the word orbit. You won't accept that, even though you've taken us step by step, except for to the word sphere, which you just won't say. I don't care. I already know. The audience knows, and now you're just going on and on and on, saying, no, it doesn't assume a sphere. Yeah, it does.
No, the word itself, orbit, can mean anything.
Oh, really? And what does it mean in this instance? What does it mean? I've asked you this twice. I'm not going to constantly ask you. What does it mean in this instance?
In this instance, I mean that the Earth is a globe. And
no shit. So you've assumed your outcome, you begging the question moron.
No, I haven't.
Yes, you have. You've just said it. What kind of dumbass are you? You are literally retarded. You've just told us you're assuming it's a bloody sphere, and now you're saying, no, I'm not assuming it. You're just a retard.
No, I said knowledge is built on knowledge.
Yeah, built on your assumption that it's a bloody sphere. That's what I said at the beginning. Do we have to do this 20 times? Do we have to do this 20 times? Really? Really?
Here's the dictionary. Here's the dictionary definition of orbit. The curved path of a celestial object or spacecraft around a star, planet, or moon, especially a periodic elliptical revolution. Synonyms: course, path, circuit, track, trajectory, rotation, revolution, circle, cycle, round. One complete circuit around an orbited body.
Yeah.
So you're assuming quite a lot then. In that one word, that's quite a few assumptions you're making about the ground that I stand on, Brenda. As my point was clear in the first, second, third, fourth, and fifth time I said it to you.
But could the circuit...
I don't care what you now think it could be. You've already begged the question and assumed it's a sphere. Just accept it.
Questions.
I don't want to go on until you accept you've begged the question. You fallacious idiot.
I didn't beg the question.
Yes, you did. Why are you so irritating and stupid?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, well, I do. You're just thick. That's the problem here. You're dense.
You can disagree with me and not be rude.
It's not a agreement situation. Fact. You begged the question and assumed your outcome. Fact. Not agree, disagree. Yes, fact. You are begging the question with the word orbit.
No, that's not begging the question.
Yes, it is. It's assuming your outcome, assuming you're on a bloody sphere. What kind of dumbass are you? How many times have I got to say this? 10 times to a brick wall.
Begging the question means that your conclusion is in your premise. But
yeah, orbit. You stupid dick. You're assuming that you are going around a sphere. That's assuming your outcome.
No, I'm not.
Oh my God. She is quite literally retarded.
Knowledge is built upon
knowledge. What? Knowledge that you are on a sphere when you're trying to prove exactly that. That's assuming your outcome.
After I know that the Earth is round, I'm not trying to prove it's round.
Oh, so you already know the very definition of assuming the bloody outcome? Oh my God! How much further do we have to take this with this total retard?
If I know that the Earth is round, I'm not...
Oh, shut up, Brenda. I'm sick of this. Shut up. Shut up. Hey, P. Mars. How you doing?
Hey,
with no assumption, circuit means movement that starts and finishes at the same place with no assumptions.
Right. But it doesn't say anything about the object you're rotating around.
No, you are.
What makes you...
You are. You stupid idiot.
You brought in the word rotating. Why are you saying rotating?
Well, this started off about the moon's orbit around the Earth, right? The Earth could be flat and the moon could orbit around it.
Yeah, that's why I got you to qualify it, didn't I, dickhead?
You said that...
Yeah, I got you to qualify it, and you made it very clear that you were begging the question and assuming a sphere.
It's not begging the question.
Yeah, I don't have to prove it. I already know it. Oh, really, you stupid muppet? You are thick.
We do already know that the Earth is a sphere.
But I'm not begging the question when I automatically assume it because I know it. That's not begging the question.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, I'm just a fundy zealot. I'm right whether you like it or not. It's not assuming the outcome. Yeah, you dick. Yes, it is.
No, you just don't know what these words mean.
Oh, yeah, it's my stupidity when I assert that I already know my outcome and then tell the rest of the panel I'm not begging the question. That's my stupidity, is it? Yeah, okay, Brenda. I accept all responsibility for you knowing it's a sphere when you give us an example that starts with it being spherical.
Well, we already know that the Earth is a sphere. People have...
Oh, really? How many more times are you going to beg the question here?
People have known the Earth is a sphere
for
shut up. Years.
Shut up. Come in here with your bloody fundy rhetoric.
No,
and what about hey Brenda, what about the thousands of years of people that believed it was motionless and still?
They were mistaken. They were wrong.
Based on what?
Based on the fact that we have better information now.
Oh, like what?
You know, we made observations and made measurements and deduced that the Earth is curved. It's a sphere.
Oh, good.
Words.
I saw your math. 8 inches per mile squared. That's your math.
Not the math. That's not the math.
Oh, then where did that come from?
7.98, and it's a curvature.
Sorry, why are we into the mathematics? You've not proven it's a sphere yet, so we're back into begging the question. You already know the measurements. Hold on, you told us you deduced it. Don't miss out steps. How did you deduce it?
The Greeks did 2,600 years ago.
And what did they do?
They measured shadows.
On what?
On the Earth.
On the Earth? When they assumed that the Earth was spherical, they're measuring shadows already? No, they were assuming it, if you're talking about sticks in the ground. Are you talking about sticks in the ground by any chance?
Yes.
Well, they assumed R, just like you're doing. Don't you know your own religious rhetoric? They assumed R when they stuck the sticks in the ground. A simple wiki search of this crap proof would tell you, like you have done, they begged the question and assumed R. So, do you want to try again?
No, they didn't assume.
Oh, they didn't? Yeah, well, just a cursory search on Wiki will prove you wrong.
No, it won't.
Oh, really? Well, go and do it then.
No.
Go and show us where they determined R without assuming it with sticks in the ground. Show us. And you will very quickly find that they absolutely assumed the radius.
You just do a little trigonometry. That's
Sorry, you haven't done what I have asked. Hello, citation, please. Hello? You've claimed they measured it, so cite it.
Yeah, they did.
So cite it, please.
Yes, people can
cite it. Don't just say yes. Do not... Listen, dumbass. Listen, dumbass. Do you know what the word citation means?
I don't have to
Wait, Brenda, you said Bob the science guy just recently measured R?
Yeah. Well, he measured. He and a friend measured using the same method that the Greeks did.
So he assumed R. I've just said this. Does literally everything I say go in one ear and out the other? They assumed R. Bob the science guy does it repeatedly. He's got the nickname Bob the fallacy guy because he keeps assuming R. He looks at the horizon and says, R's causing that right there. It's the leading edge of a sphere. Assuming the sphere already, like you do?
No, you don't have to assume R.
Yes, you do, you bonehead. There will not be a single shred of evidence you will ever present here that does not assume R.
You can measure it directly.
Really? It's strange you should say that, given that we've only dug 12 kilometres down.
Oh, you don't have to go down. You can go around.
You don't have to measure a spherical radius value by measuring to the centre of the sphere? Wouldn't that be what the measurement is?
If you know the radius
Sorry, you don't answer my question. Isn't that what a spherical radius measurement is?
If you measure the
Isn't that what a spherical measurement is? To the centre of the sphere.
Circumference of a sphere.
Sorry, Brenda, you're not answering me. Isn't that what a spherical measurement is?
You can measure, you can know, you can
You're not answering me. You keep telling me what you can do. Wouldn't that be what a spherical measurement is? Don't rumpus me. Answer. Are you saying that measuring to the centre of the sphere is not the way to measure a spherical reference, Brenda?
You can deduce R.
Don't tell me what you can do. Confirm whether or not measuring to the centre of the sphere is how you get a spherical radius or not.
You don't have to measure.
I don't know what you want to have to or can. Tell me if that's how you measure spherical radius. Yes or no, a spherical radius measures from the centre to the outside.
You can deduce it.
I'm not talking about deduction. You just said you'd measured it.
Yes, that's a measure. That's what I'm
No, that's a deduction, Brenda. It seems you don't understand English. Why do you have struggles with these words, Brenda? They mean very different things. Yeah? So are you going to concede, like you didn't concede about your begging the question problem, that you haven't measured radius?
You can deduce these.
I don't want to know about your deduction. Now concede you haven't measured it as you claimed.
Deduction
I don't want to hear deduction. You said measurement. So, Given that we've only dug 12K, are you going to concede that you've not measured it or not?
If you can deduce the
I don't want to hear about deduction. Are you thick? Are you stupid? Do you have a mental retardation? I don't want to hear about your deductions when you've just told us it's been measured.
You can triangulate the height.
Oh, shut your mouth. Shut up. You're now useless to me. Shut up. End of your part of this conversation.
That's a measurement.
Shut up.
When you triangulate
Shut up. Other people can talk. Brenda. No more Brenda. You're a retard. Done with you. Shut up.
When you triangulate
Shut
the height of an
up.
object,
Brenda, I don't want to hear another word from you. You're irritating and stupid.
I don't know what the problem is.
Yeah, you keep talking. That's what the problem is.
You can use trigonometry.
You keep
and
talking.
You can
You're not going to concede that you haven't measured it. Now you're telling us how you deduce it. I don't care about how you deduce it until you concede you haven't measured it. Because you won't. I won't let you talk.
That's a measurement.
No, it's not a measurement. So, would a measurement of a spherical radius be from the outside to the center or not?
If I use radar...
You're not giving me a yes or no answer. Yes or no. To measure a spherical radius, you measure from the center out. Correct or not correct, Brenda?
You can deduce that.
I don't want to hear about your deductions. It's a simple yes or no answer.
It's a measurement.
Yeah, from the center to the outside, if you're measuring a sphere.
You know.
Is that a yes?
You can deduce that.
I don't want to hear about your deduction. Right, this is you say I deduce it one more time, having not conceded that it's not been measured. I will eject you, Brenda. We are not going to have you say I can deduce it 50 times without concession that it's not measured. Are people getting sniped? What's going on with the panel?
Why are you going to eject me like that?
What's going on with the panel? Why are people getting...
Because you're speaking nonsense.
Yeah, not conceding.
No, I'm not.
You're not conceding. You're not conceding.
Total sense.
Listen, Brenda, stop talking.
You can
stop talking.
From other
Stop talking. You are not conceding. That's why we won't move on. I won't allow it.
You're wrong.
Oh,
because
really?
You're wrong.
So you have measured... Oh, the whole panel's getting kicked. What's going on? Is that you, P? Is that you, P?
It wasn't me, but they must like me.
So who's kicking everyone? There's only 2 people left on the panel.
I could go. I don't know. I could go check.
I have no idea. I was waiting for a break to show a video. That's all I was doing.
You go ahead, Paul. As an intermission. Equilibrium, FE Equilibrium. Is that you, Flat Earth?
Don't shut it down yet. I need 1 minute.
Hey, Jose.
What's up, Nathan?
Is that you, Flat Earth? FE Equilibrium?
Yes, it is.
Thought so. Ready when you are, Paul.
I don't know if you've seen this. This is Dr. Zach, this video, where he actually takes a flat table and does the measurements on a flat table, but then puts a concave lens on the above the light, and he actually showed that you, from a flat table, can deduce a round sphere Earth from it. I dropped the video in the chat. I mean, we could break it down or go through it, but it's just simple, and it's about 30 minutes, 35 minutes or so. So anybody can watch it. It's a really good video, and it uses all math and measurements and all that fun stuff. Have you seen it, Nathan?
I've seen this done before a few times. Math Powerland probably did it 4 years ago with mic stands and stage lighting. You know, again, obviously on a flat surface.
Right. I thought it was good. I was trying to go. I was going to throw this at Brenda, but obviously didn't get a chance to.
Well, she won't concede anything, so I've got a few people. Jim Morrison says, do you think this is really the way to run a debate? It's like, no. If you were in a regular debate with reasonable people, if you reached a point where you stated quite clearly, as Brenda did, that you've measured something, and then you ascertain how something like a sphere is measured, and they will not concede, they just basically obfuscate and say, well, it's deduced, well, it's deduced, well, it's deduced. Well, concede that it's not measured then. And she will not. She will do it indefinitely until we move on, or just accept that basically she's asserted it's measured and won't concede it's not. Well, people don't like that. Tough luck. You know, get some better globe heads that actually concede when they're wrong. Otherwise, I'll just not let them move on. I'm not going to let an assertion that something that has not been measured has been measured. That just makes her a liar. And if she doesn't concede it, I'm not going to let her. I'm not going to tolerate that. No way.
She kicked the people on the panel, by the way.
Yeah, she sniped everyone except me too. But I'm back.
Oh, so Brenda sniped everyone. So rather than concede, she just sniped everybody, then left. Yeah, that's the type of people we're dealing with.
Just to tell you, you're doing a great job. You're doing a great job by letting your guesses feel welcome and letting your panelists feel welcome and interested in participating in the show. You're doing great. Keep doing what you're doing. Everybody feels welcome here.
That's not the objective of the show, and I love it. I love
you,
a good
Jose. That's really kind
whipping.
of you. Glad you feel welcome.
The panelists, I know the Chocolate Saint, the Paul, and all these guys. It would be such a total different interaction if they were doing a show by their own, where they don't have angry teacher in the front of the class backing them up, opening the wings and saying, "Oh, I'll take care of this one." The show is yours, guys. When somebody come in, your professor standing in the front, open the wings and say, "No, this is mine," and sucks the air out of the room and takes 2/3 of the show. And then the guy sitting in the background waiting for their chance. When the teacher sits down, the guy say, "Well, I got a question." And then you say, "No, but this is the answer." I'm just giving you a little feedback, right?
So what's your point, Jose?
That you are full of shit, Nathan. You should let the guys fucking interact, you know? Come on, man.
I see. It's just an ad hominem attack.
Talking about freaking Brenda. She's been on here for years, and she's always doing the same shit.
So, Jose, you were on a similar show to mine, almost a carbon copy. But nevertheless, what would you do if one of your guests simply did not concede a mistruth that they had spoken? Would you just tolerate that?
Yes, I will sit back and I will let somebody else take care of it, and I let them interact and show their true colors. That's the best way. When people is let's speak people, and they show their true colors and present themselves the way they are in the raw, organic.
Like Brenda did, like never conceding that she's incorrect in her assertions. Yeah, I'll just keep pointing that out indefinitely till she snipes the entire panel, Jose, which is what she did.
So this is like a debate panel, one-on-one, you versus everybody, every single bowler. Are the participants able to argue with the,
Hold on one second. Hey, Rumpus. Hold on. How you doing, Rumpus? Good to have you.
I think you might like to know what the point Brenda was trying to make. You can measure lots of things, like the height of a tree, without actually getting a ruler. You can do it by trigonometry, measuring to the base of the tree, and then you can deduce the height of the tree. Similarly, from other measurements on a sphere, you can determine its radius. You
on a sphere?
Need to burrow
on a
down.
Sphere? Sorry to interrupt. You said on a sphere. Right? Sorry, you said on a sphere. So we automatically assuming that we're measuring a sphere.
All right, my cameo is over. Thank you, guys.
No, you said to determine something's a sphere, you have to go and measure it to its radius. You don't. Yeah, Brenda was making the point you can do it indirectly, and that's a perfectly valid way. Just like all building, if you wanted to measure the height of a tree, you do it using some sort of optical.
You can see the whole tree, though, can't you? But you can see the whole tree.
Yeah, but you don't need to. I could measure. Okay, let's suppose there was.
Sorry, what do you mean you wouldn't need to? Sorry, I'm a bit confused, Rumpus. You wouldn't need to see the tree?
With a sphere, I do not need to go around the whole sphere.
What do you mean with a sphere? What sphere? What sphere are you referring to?
If I gave you a theoretical sphere, let's suppose I said to you, Nathan,
I don't care.
Sphere.
Not interested. We're talking about the physical and natural world. Not interested. Physical and natural world.
It's a principle, Nathan. This is your
don't care. I'm not interested in your theoretical sphere.
You're not interested in principles. Yeah,
Rumpus, Rumpus, try and listen. You're being very disruptive. Rumpus.
You're not interested in math.
Rumpus.
And you're not interested in logic.
You're being very disruptive.
You're not interested in science.
Do you not want to listen to the response?
You're not interested in reason. You're not interested in evidence. Yeah, we know that.
Rumpusing.
I just thought exposed.
You're just rumpusing.
You don't understand.
He can't help but
don't understand geometry.
He's just an insane narcissist with delusions of grandeur.
Sorry, I'm not interested in a theoretical sphere. I'm interested in the physical and natural world. So
you're not interested
keep
in logic.
your theoretical sphere to yourself. Not interested.
Yeah, you're not interested in how you work things out, are you?
No, not interested in a theoretical. Sorry, Rumpus, you're not listening to my replies.
Yeah, the scientific method.
Oh, he's going to Rumpus me as well now. You're not listening to my replies, Rumpus. Rumpus, you're just continually talking rather than listening to a reply. Is this how you behave in debate? Are you scared of what I've got to say?
Not at all.
I'm not interested in a theoretical sphere. We're talking about reality.
But you should be interested in the principle of how you work out the shape of a sphere, though.
Why?
How you deduce
because
the back
that's
of your
the
mind.
debate.
Darwin.
If you're not interested, I know you're not interested in science. You're not interested in learning. You're not interested in knowledge.
No,
but
don't tell me what I'm not interested in. I said, why should I be concerned with how to work things out on a theoretical sphere?
Because then you can apply those things in the real world, mate.
Oh, so we can reify the sphere into the world and assume the Earth is a sphere.
There are principles.
I see. So if you've got a theoretical sphere,
you want to ignore geometry.
You're scared of what I've got to say. You're censoring me, Rumpus. You're censoring me. You're censoring my reply. You're scared of it. You're scared of my reply. You're censoring it. You're censoring my reply. Are you scared of me, aren't you, Rumpus? Yeah, terrified of my reply.
Geometry.
You won't let the audience hear my reply because you're censoring it. Aren't you, Rumpus, censoring the terrifying truth that you must automatically assume that the world is the same as your theoretical sphere? Oh, he's censoring the truth, people. This is Rumpus censoring the truth. He's scared of me. Aren't you, Rumpus? You're scared of me. So you've got to censor the truth. Yeah.
Do you accept geometry?
You're going to listen to the truth or are you scared of it?
Do you accept
scared of it? See, he is scared, ladies and gentlemen. This is a terrified little deer in the headlights. Doesn't want to listen to the answer. Wants to censor it. Yeah, you keep censoring it. You're scared of it, aren't you, Rumpus? Scared of my truth. Scared of my reply. You don't want to hear the reply. You just want to talk indefinitely. Well, I will get my reply in. If you don't shut up, it'll only be to the audience, and then I'll have to remove you for being disruptive.
I'm happy to answer your question.
I am answering you, Rumpus.
Missed you so much, Rumpus.
It's called a debate. Let's have a conversation. You can ask me a question, I'll answer it, and then I can ask you a question, and you can answer it, and then there we go. It'll be great.
Okay, I'll ask you a question, and you can answer it. Why would I need to theorize a sphere to then make comparisons to the ground beneath my feet?
Because by theorizing about a sphere, you can predict what the real world will do. So
so we're going to reify the sphere into what the world actually is. That would be assuming your outcome and begging the question. Shout out to Eagle, Plane and Anchor for smashing the super chat. Really do appreciate your support. Very much indeed. Thank you very much. Rumpus the super chat, he says. Absolutely, yes. Definitely Rumpus the super chat. Because that's all Rumpus seems to be doing, is rumpusing me non-stop. He can't seem to control himself. But there we go, that's because he wants to censor me and is scared of what to got to say, doesn't want to hear any responses, just wants to reify a theoretical sphere into being what the ground beneath your feet is. So are you ever going to shut up, Rumpus? Is this ever going to have a little gap? Ever going to be an interlude in what you say, or is it just going to be literally non-stop rumpusing?
He prevented me from delivering an answer there. You must have seen that, Arwin. Everybody on this panel can surely see what he's doing. He can't cope with the answers. He doesn't want to listen.
Do you take a breath, man?
No, he's censoring everybody on the panel, including me. That's what he's doing. It's basically straight out censorship. So Rumpus wants to lie to the world about it being a sphere that he's going to theorize and then reify into the world beneath your feet. But he doesn't want the audience to hear that because he's scared and needs to censor the entire panel.
But Nathan, you're the one who's scared of an answer. I want to answer your question. You won't let me.
You answered me. I asked you why we needed to hypothetically have a sphere and then reify it into the world. And you said because that's what the world is. So I did hear your answer. Now you're rumpusing me.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't hear my answer because you cut it off halfway through. You asked me what was the value of making some sort of theoretical or doing theory on geometry or something. And then I got halfway through the answer, which is what that theory makes predictions about what we will see in the real world. You then go to the real world, you see if it matches what the model is, and they say, ha, the real world matches the model.
That's a reification fallacy. We do not live on a model. So I've listened to your entire statement, and basically you've used a fallacy. The world is not the model. That's reification.
Oh, Nathan, no one says it is.
You just said it was, you stupid buffoon. That's precisely what you just said. You're going to hypothetically make a sphere and then compare it to the world that you live on as though it is that model. That is the definition of reification.
Cite someone who's ever said that.
You are reifying a model. We do not live on a model.
And who said that, Nathan?
You.
No, I haven't. At no stage did I say that. When you don't understand what a model is, do you? You don't understand what a
Sorry,
model
P. Mars is talking. Can you not rumpus him? Sorry, P. Mars is talking. Rumpus! Rumpus, you're rumpusing every guest. Go ahead, P.
Yeah, that was a reification fallacy, Rumpus.
No. That's correct, Rumpus. It was a reification fallacy. You reified the model of a sphere, hypothetically created by you, and then presupposed to be the Earth that we live on. And now you're not letting me finish a sentence. It seems that Rumpus can only censor the truth. He's scared of the truth. That's his problem.
Who claims it's a model?
Yeah, I still haven't finished a sentence. Scared of it. Got to censor the truth, have you, Rumpus? Because you don't live on a model.
No one claims we do.
Yeah, you do. You've just had it pointed out to you twice, by me and by P. Mars. You reify your sphere model.
No, I don't. You don't understand what reification means, and you don't understand how you model things. No one claims
bear with me. Sorry, what's the definition of reification? Sorry, Rumpus. This is not a debate. This is you rumpusing. Yeah, he's censoring me again. Look, people, he's censoring me. Scared of the truth.
No one claims.
Scared of the truth. Has to censor it. Has to censor the truth. So Rumpus.
Please.
Do you want to bring up the definition?
And then you take.
Do you want to bring up the definition, please? Rumpus.
You misrepresented what I said, didn't you?
Yeah, well, let's get clarity.
You don't know what a reification fallacy is, apparently.
I do, you don't.
Yeah, well, let's have a look. Really? Bring up the definition, Rumpus. Bring up the definition. Let's have a little look.
Want me to bring up the definition? Well, meanwhile...
Meanwhile, let's just bring up the definition of reification fallacy, which is what your comparison to a model is, and we'll have a look to see if I'm right or wrong. You've said I don't understand it, and now you're censoring me again.
Yeah, well, no, I want to first establish I've never said we live on a model. If you claim that I did, I'm afraid it's misrepresentation.
No. It's reifying the model into the world you live. Rumpus, you're already clarifying your own terms of what reification means. So let's not have your definition. Let's see you cite a reification fallacy that says it's not what you're doing. Go ahead.
So are you misrepresenting me deliberately, or are you just too stupid to understand what I said about models and how they work with reality?
Let's have a look. Paul, if you can hear me over the top of Rumpus's rumpusing, can you bring up the definition of reification and see what it says, please?
But no one's claiming a model is real, Nathan. This is what you don't understand. It's not reification. I don't know quite why P. Mars is being equally...
You keep saying it's not reification. We're going to have a look at the definition of reification and see whether or not it's what you're doing.
At it then, but I know what it means and you don't.
Oh, well, you're not bringing up a definition. So I'm going to have to shut you up, Rumpus, because Paul's going to bring up a definition. We'll have a look.
Well, while he's doing that, we can establish no one claims we live on a model, and you don't understand what reification means because no one's claiming we live on something that's a model. Reification is to have an idea and bring that into reality when it doesn't exist. No one's claiming a model of the Earth exists.
That's reification.
No one claims a model of the Earth exists.
Can I ask you a question, Rumpus?
Okay.
When you assert that something works on a model, do you not assert that it also means it matches reality?
No.
Shout out to Leonardo Gonzalez for the super chat. Really appreciate your support. Thank you very much indeed.
Scientific predictions work, Chocolate. But
is this model a scientific prediction?
You have a theory, and then you make a prediction with that theory, and then you test it against reality.
Sorry, that's not a scientific prediction. It's a model. That's incorrect. Models are not scientifically predicting anything.
Of course they are. They do that all the time.
Oh, really? So a scientific prediction... Sorry, a scientific prediction... Sorry, Rumpus. A scientific prediction.
Models all the time.
Excuse me, Rumpus, you're censoring it again. You don't like the truth. A scientific prediction would be a hypothesis.
No, because you can have it from a theory. It's only in real.
No. Theories come after an adherence to the scientific method. They are the result. Excuse me, Rumpus, you're censoring the truth again. Shout out to Rambo Jambo for the super chat. Seems you're censoring the truth again. Theories, Rumpus, you don't please censor the truth, Rumpus. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Don't be scared, Rumpus. Don't censor the truth. Don't be censoring the truth, Rumpus. Don't be scared. Rumpus, I will get to say my piece.
So, Rumpus, theories make predictions as well as hypotheses.
Rumpus, scientific theories. He's not going to let me answer. It's just rumpusing. Scared of the truth, aren't you, Rumpus? I don't blame you. I'd be scared of me too, Rumpus, because a theory comes after an adherence to the scientific method. Oh, Rumpus, I'm going to have to kick you out. You're not letting anybody speak.
Well, you won't let me make my point.
You made your point. You said it's scientifically predicted. You said a model was. Now he's talking continually. Now he's talking continually, censoring the truth again. This is what globeheads have to do. Because we don't live on a globe, Rumpus has got to censor the truth. He's scared of it. He's terrified of it. That's why he's doing what he's doing now. He's censoring me. So, no, Rumpus, shut up. Rumpus, do you want to read what it says? Sorry, Rumpus. Do you want to read what it says on screen, on Paul's screen? Oh, Paul. Here we go. Reification, also known as... Rumpus, I was reading it! I'm going to have to kick you out, Rumpus, because I was literally first breath into a sentence.
Just bite your tongue.
He's censoring the truth. It's because the Earth's not a globe. He has to censor this, because it's very, very dangerous for audiences to hear that the Earth's not a sphere. That's why he's doing what he's doing right now, because he's scared of the reality of the flat Earth. So he has to censor it by talking non-stop. He has to talk non-stop and censor the truth because he's scared of it. He's fearful of the flat Earth. He knows that his globe model's a reification fallacy, so he'll never shut his mouth, so he censors that from the audience that I have.
I think it's just the extreme narcissism. He can't shut up or listen to anyone else talk.
Who's doing most talking here, P. Mars?
You.
Find its name.
You, Rumpus. Every hangout you're on, you never shut up. You annoy everyone. All the ballers tell you to stop arguing versus the flat Earth because you're a complete idiot. You don't even know what reification fallacy means.
I do know exactly what it means.
Read it.
Then why are you not admitting
Let's let Rumpus read it. Rumpus, click on Paul's page. Read what it says.
I have.
Read it out loud, you stupid idiot.
Right, so you want me to read this out? Okay. Reification, also known as concretism,
hypothesization. Can't you even read?
No, apparently not.
Hypothesization. Can't you read? Sorry, let's get someone else to read it because clearly Rumpus can't read.
Yeah, or the fallacy. Well, it should have an S there. Or the fallacy of misplaced context.
Sorry, are you saying they've spelt it wrong? Are you saying they've misspelt it?
Correct. That's an Americanization there.
Oh, so it's not misspelt, it's an Americanization then. Not misspelt. Not an incorrect spelling. You were wrong.
It is an incorrect spelling in British terms.
Sorry, it's an Americanism. It's not a misspelling.
Don't be pedantic.
Well, in British English, it's a mere misspelling.
Sorry, Paul.
Don't be pedantic.
If you put that in your Word document,
sorry,
it would say spelling out.
Sorry, bear with me, Rumpus. You don't have to talk constantly. Where are you from, Paul?
I thought you're a mutant.
America.
I'm from the US.
Oh, right. So it's definitely not a spelling error then.
Well, it is in British English.
Sorry, excuse me. I'll just ask Paul again.
Can we move on? I don't think
yeah, let's just get to the point like we did with Brenda, where either you concede your error because you are in fact wrong, or we don't move on.
Okay, all right. Then you put that word into your Word document using an English spelling dictionary, British English spelling dictionary.
No caveat. The guy who's bought it up is American. Didn't you catch that?
Yeah, I know. For me, it was a spelling error.
Oh, for you! Well, you're not presenting it, you stupid retard. I asked you to, and you didn't. You are not the centre of the universe, Rumpus. Oh, are you censoring this too? You censoring your embarrassment? Yeah, I'd want to censor my own embarrassment too. This is clearly very embarrassing for Rumpus, so he has to censor it. You have to censor this embarrassment, don't you, Rumpus? Yeah, rather than concede you're wrong, Rumpus is censoring it. I'll just mute him and tell the audience that this is very embarrassing for Rumpus. So he has to censor it. He has no option. He can't concede he's wrong, so he has to censor the truth that he's wrong. Embarrassing, but factually accurate. Rumpus was wrong. He's just too small of a man to admit it.
Entity.
Now you're censoring the truth, aren't you, Rumpus? Very little man has to censor his own embarrassment. Pathetic. Embarrassing. You're an embarrassment, Rumpus. I'd be embarrassed if I were you. Rather than admit you're wrong, you're censoring everybody on the panel. Censoring. What a disgrace. Disgrace to your side.
The model is the same as reality.
Oh my
so you're
God.
an idiot. So I've read it out, Nathan. I don't know if you were listening to me.
Yeah, you just said the heliocentric model is the same as reality, which meets the very definition of a reification fallacy.
And it agrees with me.
It agrees that you're reifying a model. Yes, you are indeed guilty of the reification fallacy.
So it completely agrees with me. I'm not claiming the model's reality. This is the thing you don't understand. No one claims that a model is reality. No one's saying that. So for you to claim that people are makes you an idiot, or you're deliberately misrepresenting them. One of the two.
So
using it for proof.
Sorry, bear with me, Arwen. I just need to get clarity. Oh, God.
Owen, let me
It's 2 people,
works.
3 people now.
Rumpus,
Rumpus, I just want some clarity. Rumpus! Right, that's it. Your last chance. Either you listen to my question or I kick you out. So, models are not reality. So, the heliocentric model is not reality.
It is not reality, but it matches reality.
It matches reality. It says it quite clear there. A common case of reification is the confusion of a model with reality.
No one's confused, Nathan.
I think you are. You think the heliocentric model is reality.
No, reality is reality, but the model matches it and allows you to make predictions about how reality works. It's very simple.
Yeah, we've already gone over this. It doesn't make scientific predictions. They would be hypothesis. And it definitely isn't that. Pseudoscience. That's what models are. Reification fallacies. That's what models are.
In architectural packages, you say, here's the model, I've got my architectural package, and then you go and build it. No one claims that the model inside the architectural software package or illustration package is the same as the real thing, but it's a model of it.
That's called an equivocation fallacy. So we're not talking about building houses. We're talking about the physical and natural world. That would be yet another logical fallacy from Rumpus. The fallacy of...
on your model work, though, Rumpus.
He doesn't even understand his own argument. Like, what the hell, Rumpus?
Well, yeah, the gas pressure without a container part, the model, the entirety of it, it doesn't really account for it. It's just a bad excuse and don't talk about it. That gravity is actually not sufficient a strength of a force to be able to keep that gas on the planet.
Our model of the atmosphere exactly matches reality.
Show it us.
What do you want me to show you?
The model, the heliocentric model.
Well, heliocentric just means the sun is the center of the solar system. You're getting mixed up with geocentric.
Show us the model.
Sorry,
man.
I would like to see this model. Don't tell me what it is. Just show it me. This working model.
Right, okay, so when you ask me for a model, what sort of model do you want? Do you want me to show you a model that gives you pressure?
I already clarified, and you decided to change it after I clarified.
No, I'm asking what sort of model of the atmosphere do you want?
I already told you. Did you not listen? Are you deaf?
Okay, give me it again. I may have missed it in the confusion.
You repeated it back to me. Are you also... Do you have Alzheimer's?
I mean, I know you want to...
You repeated it back. Do you have Alzheimer's?
You want to get to the substance of the argument or not, Nathan?
Yeah, you asked me which model. Now, I told you. You repeated it back. Sorry.
You said...
Sorry, we seem to be having a cognition problem. Sorry, are you having a cognition problem? Do you have Alzheimer's? You haven't answered me.
Well, you're a moron and an idiot if you think...
That's just an ad hominem attack. So you've asked me which model. I've told you which model. You've repeated back which model. And now you're asking me for it again, which suggests to me you have memory problems.
Try again, Nathan.
You've already repeated it back to me.
Well, try again so we can clear up this confusion.
I've tried, and I have confirmed that you not only heard it 2 minutes ago, you understood it and repeated it back. Now, if you've forgotten, then I need an establishment that you perhaps need to go to a doctor because you have memory problems.
Do you want, Nathan?
They've told you and you've repeated it back. And I'll keep saying this until we establish that you've either got memory problems or Alzheimer's.
Nathan, my memory's far better than yours. My intellect is much greater.
What model did I say? Repeat it back to me for a... Hold on. Hold on, Rumpus. Rumpus, let me have a sentence. Don't censor me, Rumpus. Don't censor me, Rumpus. Yeah, I need a sentence in between your talking. Rumpus, I need a breath. Rumpus, I need to repeat it.
Which model do you want me to show you?
Yeah, I'll keep saying it. I said it. You repeated it back. And now we will firmly establish that you either have Alzheimer's or are just stupid.
I can establish you're malicious more and deserves a punch in the face.
Yeah, you repeated it back to me. Yeah, this is just funny. It just shows your idiocy. You repeated it back to me and now you can't even remember. You talk so much. You talk so much that even after repeating it back to me, you can't remember what it is.
To answer your question, I can show you models in the atmosphere, but you don't want to ask the question. You want
That's not what I asked for. That's not what I asked for. That's not what I asked for.
My answer.
That's not what I asked for. You obviously are suffering Alzheimer's. It's all right. Just for the audience, because Rumpus literally will not shut up when I talk. So just for the audience's benefit, Rumpus has memory problems. I said what model I wanted. He then repeated it back to me, and now he can't remember because he talks so much.
Which model of the atmosphere do you want me to show you?
Not the atmosphere, that's not what I said. What I did say was repeated back to me, but you're so fucking stupid, you can't even remember.
You're much more stupid than I am.
You can't even remember something from 2.5 minutes ago. You repeated it and you still can't remember it.
Nathan, you think you can deflect from the issue, can't you?
No, the issue is I stated which model I wanted you to show me. You then repeated it back to me. Now you're just buying time because you're so stupid you can't even remember it.
No, I don't know. I'm not going to bother making the effort because in the drivel you spout, I ignore half of what you say because most of it's drivel.
You definitely didn't ignore it. Let's get that nipped in the bud too. You repeated it back to me. So you definitely didn't ignore it. You understood it, you comprehended it, and you repeated it back. You just now can't remember because you're so incredibly stupid.
Deflecting, Nathan, you're deflecting. How about getting onto the subject at hand?
Okay, the subject at hand is I asked you to show me a model. I then specifically told you which model I'd like to see. You then repeated back to me which model I had specifically named, and now you can't remember because you're thick.
I don't believe that's correct. Anyway, let's clear up this. Why don't you ask me again, Nathan, which model, or answer my question, which I don't believe you did, which model do you want me to show you?
I told you and you repeated it back to me, but the longer we do this, it demonstrates just how stupid you are and what a problem non-stop talking causes, because basically your mouth is going quicker than your brain, and now you can't remember which specific model I asked for.
You're deflecting, Nathan. It's quite obvious, even to this panel, that you're not interested in engaging in the debate. You just want to deflect because you're frightened of the answer.
No, I asked you to show me a model. I told you which model. You repeated it back to me. You managed to repeat it, but you didn't manage to comprehend it. And now you can't remember it, which makes it very clear that your comprehension skills are poor.
Well, my comprehension is very good. And I comprehend that you're a complete idiot and a moron.
Really, a moron would be able to repeat twice something that they had repeated once about 3 minutes earlier. So 3 minutes ago, you repeated which model I asked you for, and now you can't fucking remember. It's hysterical. You have problems with your comprehension. You're thick.
You're deflecting, Nathan. You're deflecting. It's obvious to everybody.
I've asked you for a model. You've repeated it back to me. So did you not understand the thing that you repeated back? Had you not comprehended the words that you repeated? It seems that way, otherwise you'd be able to repeat it more than once. You definitely repeated it once and then gave me a caveat after it. I'm giving you a few clues what model I asked for now.
Well, I mean, if you're referring to heliocentrism, that's got absolutely nothing to do with the point you raised, which was about...
Yeah, I raised that I'd like to see a model. Then I told you which specific model I'd like to see, and you repeated it back to me, but because you have comprehension issues, you now can't remember which one it was.
Is relative to geocentrism. Do you not understand it has absolutely nothing to do with the atmosphere? And if you do, you're a moron. Well, we know you're a moron, I suppose.
Sorry, did he repeat it back? Did I hear him repeat it back? So you do know which model I asked for?
You asked about
the model of the atmosphere.
No, that was Arwin. I didn't ask for that.
You did.
No.
You did.
No. I know what I asked for because I've not got problems with my comprehension.
You asked about, well, it was following on from Arwin's question about the pressure of the atmosphere.
This is somebody with problems with their comprehension, going back step by step through the conversation because he speaks quicker than he can comprehend. So now he's having to mentally go back through the conversation that he's had because he's speaking quicker than he can think and try and remember which fucking model I asked for.
Arwin asked a question. And then
yeah, I know what you're doing. You're going back step by step through your own cognition because you can't remember something that you repeated about 5 minutes ago. You have problems with your comprehension, Rumpus.
I'm happy to talk about do you want to talk about heliocentrism then? Is that what you want to
now you're echoing.
I got there in the end. The heliocentric model. That's right, Rumpus. Well done. Only took you 5 minutes. See, this is the problem. Oh, he's going to do it again, is he? Talk non-stop. Yeah, I'm trying to help you, Dumbo. I'm trying to help you, Dumbo. When you talk constantly, it then takes you 5 minutes to catch up with your own mouth. As demonstrated, you complete retard. You speak so quickly and so often that it takes you 5 minutes to backtrack and comprehend words that have come out of your own mouth.
Heliocentrism, Nathan. You're a moron. You don't understand the difference between geocentrism and heliocentrism and what flat Earth has got to do with those two.
Let me define moron for you. Somebody who listens to something that somebody has said, repeats it back to them, and when they are asked to actually do the thing they were asked and repeated, it takes them 5 minutes of backtracking through their own conversation just to remember the thing that they repeated only 5 minutes earlier. That is stupidity. That is rumpus.
You're echoing terribly, Rumpus.
Yeah, that's because he's constantly talking. The demonstration of what happened 5 minutes earlier, which is his non-stop talking, non-stop rumpusing, has caused him to take 5 minutes just to remember part of a conversation. That's how stupid he is.
Now, Arwen, given the fact that Nathan clearly doesn't want to talk
now he doesn't want to talk to me. Now he wants to talk across me because I'm humiliating you, Rumpus. It took you 5 minutes to remember something that you'd repeated. That is humiliating.
Because you don't understand.
Don't tell me what I don't understand. You don't even understand the words coming out of your own mouth, as demonstrated here.
Connection, because you're a moron.
Yeah, a moron wouldn't be able to remember the words that came out of his own mouth only 5 minutes earlier. That's what you have just demonstrated to the audience. Your total stupidity. Literally, the audience had to witness you taking baby steps back through the conversation to try and arrive at what was repeated from your own lips. That's stupidity.
No, you don't understand. It's absolutely
yeah, now all you're doing is saying you don't understand over and over and over and over again. Yeah, you don't understand the words that came out your own mouth.
Echoing at it. This is becoming unbearable.
Yeah, he's censoring everybody. Rumpus is just censoring everybody.
But anyway, we were actually talking about the atmosphere when you started talking about heliocentrism. This is your problem. You linked the two. There is no link. So that's your problem. But
no, your problem is I asked you to show me the heliocentric model, and then it took you 5 minutes to try and remember what I'd actually said, and you'd repeated. That's because you have and now you're talking again. This is the reason for your problem, Rumpus. You have a comprehension problem because you talk quicker than you can comprehend. You're doing it right now.
Nathan, between heliocentrism and a flat Earth, and the fact you think there is makes you a moron.
Yeah, now he's just ignoring the point. So I'll ask the question and see if he answers. Rumpus, if you can contain yourself, why did it take you 5 minutes just to remember something that you'd actually said yourself?
Nathan thought it had something to do with heliocentrism. God knows why. So, Arwen, about your pressure in the system, yes, I can give you a model of the atmosphere, and our model matches reality. Tells us
does it include outer space? And did you actually model it out, the physics of the gas pressure?
And with that, I'll say a huge, massive, enormous thank you to all of you who have joined us in the Nathan Oakley 1980 live stream. If you're watching this on Nathan Oakley, then stay tuned as there will be an after show to follow. Massive thanks to all who hit the super chat, liked, shared, subscribed, all that good stuff. If you need something to keep you occupied after this live stream is over, then go to nathanoakley.com and check out the Flat Earth Debate Forum to keep up to date with the community debate. I've been Nathan Oakley, and I'll see you all in the next video.
Oh, what a day! What a lovely day!